Salutations, boys and girls! On today's list, we take a look back at the legendary Sony Playstation. We are going to list some of the coolest looking retro games that have the largest price tag. These games are some of the rarest that the console has to offer, and we believe you may find interesting. Leave a like and comment how we did. With all that jazz taken care of, let's get into our list. Number 10. Team Buddies. Team Buddies is set in a cartoony world inhabited by pill-shaped characters, the Buddies, who talk in goofy voices and are obsessed with fighting each other. The peaceful world of the Buddies was turned upside down when mysterious crates began falling from the sky. Inside the crates are weapons, vehicles, and equipment that the Buddies quickly became obsessed with. Their once happy society descends into chaos as different colored buddy factions form and go to war over control of the crates and each other. You control a team of buddies in real time. The main objective in most modes is to defeat the other teams. You build weapons, vehicles, and even new teammates by stacking crates in specific combinations. These crate replices are critical. For example, stacking 2 crates in a line might build a machine gun, while a 2x2 square might build a tank. While not a major commercial hit, Team Buddies earned a cult following for its originality, humor, and fun multiplayer. It's one of those games that stood out on the PS1 for doing something very different in terms of genre blending and tone. You can find Team Buddies on eBay these days for $125. Number 9. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Black Label. Castlevania Symphony of the Night Black Label refers to the original first print release of the game for the Sony Playstation in North America, published by Konami in 1997. Symphony of the Night was a critically acclaimed action-adventure game that marked a major shift in the Castlevania series. It introduced exploration-heavy gameplay, inspired by Metroid, laying the foundation for the Metroidvania subgenre. You play as Alucard, the son of Dracula, who enters Castlevania after it mysteriously reappears. Richter Belmont, the previous hero, has vanished, and something is wrong in the castle. As Alucard, you explore, gain new powers, and uncover the truth behind the dark resurrection of evil forces. When it launched in 1997, Symphony of the Night was not a commercial hit in North America. The gaming scene was shifting towards 3D graphics, and SOTN's 2D sprite-based visuals made it seem outdated to many at the time. As a result, Konami didn't produce a large number of initial Black Label copies, which adds to the game's rarity. You can find this one on eBay for $160. Number 8. Einhander. Einhander is one of the most highly regarded and visually stunning shoot-'em-ups, shmups, ever released on the PlayStation. Developed by Square, now Square Enix, it was a bold and stylistically distinct departure from their typical RPG fare. Einhander is set in a dystopian future during a war between the Earth, Selene, and the Moon, the colony of Endymion. You play as a pilot from the Moon sent on a suicide mission to Earth, piloting an advanced fighter known as the Einhander, a German word meaning one-hander, referring to the ship's unique single-weapon grabbing arm. As the game progresses, your pilot becomes disillusioned with the war, and the story takes on deeper philosophical tones about identity, warfare, and sacrifice. Your ship can equip weapons dropped by enemies using a robotic arm that can switch them between top or bottom mounts. This affects firing angles and strategies. Though it's a side-scroller, the game uses 3D models and dynamic camera angles, creating cinematic moments mid-level, like rotating perspectives, chase scenes, or close-quarters boss fights. Composed by Kenichiro Fukui, the Einhander soundtrack is a standout, a mix of techno, industrial, and orchestral influences that perfectly matches the game's tone and pacing. It had a limited release in North America and was never released in Europe, making physical copies increasingly rare and collectible. Einhander's current price range on eBay is between $150 and $200. Number 7. Adventures of Lomax. You play as Sir Lomax, a brave lemming knight, on a quest to stop the evil lemming sorcerer, Evil Ed. who has cursed other lemmings and turned them into twisted monsters. Armed with his helmet and a magic spinning attack, Lomax travels across colorful fantasy landscapes to free his fellow lemmings and defeat Evil Ed. The story is light and whimsical, very much in keeping with the quirky tone of the Lemmings universe, but framed in a more traditional hero's journey. Critically praised for its graphics and smooth controls, this game was commercially overlooked due to the rise of 3D games at the time. It came out during the early PS1 era, when 2D games were becoming rare. It's now considered a hidden gem and a cult classic, especially among fans of retro 2D platformers. Think Rayman or Earthworm Jim, with smooth animation and precision jumping. Lomax's main move is a spinning jump, like Sonic, which he uses to defeat enemies and break obstacles. Lomax can use lemming abilities, like building bridges or digging, to solve small puzzles in the environment. The game features over 40 levels across different themed zones, forests, castles, lava worlds, each with platforming challenges, hidden areas, and charming enemies. The game is known for its beautiful 2D hand-drawn graphics and fluid animation, which stood out at a time when 3D was becoming the norm. Price range on eBay for this title is approximately $160 to $250. Number 6. Batman Forever, the arcade game. Batman Forever, the arcade game is a side-scrolling beat-em-up released in arcades in 1996, and later ported to home consoles like the PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, and Windows PC. It's based on the 1995 film Batman Forever, starring Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey, and Tommy Lee Jones, but the game takes significant liberties in tone and style, turning it into a fast-paced, over-the-top action game. In the game, players take on the role of either Batman or Robin, and fight their way through wave after wave of enemies across a variety of levels set in Gotham City. The gameplay is fast and chaotic, focusing on hand-to-hand combat with a wide array of punches, kicks, throws, and over-the-top combo chains. Players can pick up and use various gadgets and weapons, including batarangs and bombs. One of the game's defining features is its combo system, which allows players to chain attacks and juggle enemies in a way that feels more like an arcade fighting game than a traditional beat-em-up. Reception to Batman Forever, the arcade game, was mixed. It was praised for its wild energy, distinctive visual style, and two-player cooperative mode, but criticized for its shallow gameplay and lack of variety. Today, the game is something of a curiosity, as it was short-printed for consoles. Its complete edition goes for between $270 and $320 on eBay. Number 5. Klonoa, Door to Phantomile. Klonoa, Door to Phantomile is a beloved and critically acclaimed 2.5D platformer developed by Namco for the original PlayStation, released in 1997, Japan, and 1998, North America. It's remembered for its emotional storytelling, whimsical world, and innovative use of 3D environments with 2D gameplay, a rare design choice at the time. While it plays like a traditional 2D side-scrolling platformer, Klonoa uses 3D modeled environments and dynamic camera angles to create a feeling of depth and immersion. This style is often called 2.5D. The game follows Klonoa and his ring spirit companion, Hugh Pow, who live peacefully in Phantomile, a land shaped by dreams. One day, a mysterious object crashes into a nearby mountain, setting off a chain of events that pulls Klonoa into a battle against Gadius, an evil being trying to plunge the world into nightmares by destroying the source of dreams. What sets Klonoa apart from other platformers of the era is its surprisingly deep and emotional story. Without spoiling too much, the ending takes a turn that's unexpectedly bittersweet and is still remembered by fans as one of the most touching moments in classic gaming. The game's visuals are colorful, soft, and storybook-like, with music that shifts from cheerful to melancholic as the story darkens. It has a distinct anime-inspired aesthetic, and characters speak in a fictional Phantomilian language, with subtitles. Klonoa, Door to Phantomile was critically acclaimed but commercially underappreciated outside Japan, making it a cult classic. This game's price range is approximately $350 to $425 on eBay currently. Number 4. Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Persona 2 Eternal Punishment is a unique and compelling entry in the Shin Megami Tensei Persona series, a franchise known for blending psychological themes, mythology, and urban fantasy with traditional JRPG mechanics. You play as Maya Amano, a strong-willed journalist who becomes embroiled in a supernatural crisis in the city of Sumeru. Strange events begin to unfold, rumors come true, reality bends, and a mysterious figure called the Joker causes chaos. Maya and her allies, each with their own complex past, must confront personal trauma, bizarre threats, and metaphysical forces. The game's core gameplay is classic JRPG, with spellcasting, elemental strengths and weaknesses, and turn order strategy. Characters summon spiritual avatars called personas, each with unique skills. You collect and fuse them using demon negotiation and tarot cards. The fusion system fuses demons and persona cards to create new, stronger personas. Instead of always fighting demons, you can talk, bribe, or charm them, gaining cards, or even convincing them to leave you alone. The rumor system is also very cool, and allows rumors to become real if spread. For example, if someone says a shop sells legendary weapons and you spread that rumor, it might start selling them. Due to its short print in the US and niche appeal at the time, it hovers over the $350 to $500 range on eBay. Number 3. The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. This is a unique action-adventure game for the original PlayStation released by Capcom in 2000. It's a spin-off and prequel to the Mega Man Legends series, set in the same universe, but starring the lovable anti-hero Tron Bonne, a member of the pirate Bonne family. This title blends multiple genres, including action, puzzle, and RPG elements, and is remembered for its charm, humor, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. The Misadventures of Tron Bonne features a variety of gameplay modes, each tied to different types of missions. Action missions have you control Tron, piloting her mech, the Gustav, exploring towns or mines while commanding servbots to attack, dig, or steal items. Think of it as a simplified mech action game with RTS elements. Puzzle missions has you engage in box-pushing puzzles using strategy and observation to reach objectives or steal treasures. And finally, adventure missions. These are more story-driven and play like a light dungeon crawler or RPG with interaction-based puzzles and servbot management. Although it received positive reviews at launch, The Misadventures of Tron Bonne sold poorly in North America and saw a very limited print run. Over time, it became one of the rarest and most valuable PS1 games, especially complete copies in good condition. Today, it's considered a cult classic and a must-play for Mega Man fans. Today, you can't find this game's complete edition for less than $500 on eBay. Number 2. LSD Dream Emulator. LSD Dream Emulator, often called LSD Dream Simulator, is one of the most unusual, surreal, and cult classic games ever released for the original PlayStation. Developed by Asmik Ace Entertainment and released exclusively in Japan in 1998, the game defies conventional gameplay design, offering a dreamlike, often unsettling experience that has fascinated gamers, artists, and game historians alike. At its core, LSD is a first-person exploration game where players walk through dream environments that are randomly generated or altered each time they play. There's no combat, objectives, or traditional goals, just the act of experiencing and navigating dreams. Each dream lasts about 10 minutes or ends early if the player wakes up by running into certain triggers. The game is inspired by a real dream journal kept by one of the developers, Hiroko Nishikawa, over a period of 10 years. The acronym LSD is unofficially thought to stand for Linking the Sapient Dream, but the drug reference is not accidental. The game's visuals and logic mimic the disjointed, sometimes psychedelic nature of altered states of consciousness. The game's graphics are lo-fi and polygonal, typical of early PlayStation titles. But this actually enhances the eerie, unsettling feeling. Environments can suddenly shift, textures can become grotesque or nonsensical, and NPCs are often faceless or bizarre in shape. Some scenes are colorful and serene, others are outright nightmarish. The sound design is experimental, using ambient noise, distorted samples, and minimalist music. Sometimes the game will play nothing at all. Other times, a cheerful tune plays in a creepy setting, creating dissonance that enhances the unease. LSD Dream Emulator was a commercial failure, partly due to its limited release and its intentionally strange design. Only a few thousand physical copies were made, and it never released outside Japan. Today, you will rarely see this game for lower than $700. In addition, on January 1st, 2025, a complete in-box copy sold for $1,027.40. Number 1. Harmful Park. Harmful Park is a classic 2D shoot-'em-up where you control a flying machine and blast through waves of enemies across scrolling stages. But unlike typical dark or sci-fi themed shooters, this game takes place in a whimsical, cartoon-style amusement park gone wild. You play as a young woman piloting a flying device to stop a mad scientist who has corrupted a theme park, turning it into a danger zone. The result is a shooter filled with ice cream bombs, pies, inflatables, dinosaurs, floating jellyfish, and fat sumo balloons. It's delightfully absurd and completely self-aware. The hand-drawn 2D sprites are exceptionally well animated, and the game is filled with vibrant colors, humorous enemy designs, and playful level concepts. Each stage is themed after a different part of the amusement park, from haunted houses to Candylands to steampunk zones, all packed with visual jokes and eccentric characters. The soundtrack is upbeat and catchy, perfectly matching the whimsical tone, and sound effects are light and cartoonish, reinforcing the game's comedic style. Harmful Park was released in very small numbers, only in Japan, and received little attention at launch. However, its combination of top-tier shooter mechanics, creative visuals, and offbeat humor has earned it a cult following. It's now considered one of the best hidden gems on the PlayStation, especially among shmup collectors and fans of 2D games. Its rarity and reputation have driven prices sky high. Harmful Park is hard to find complete in good condition for less than $1,000, and on February 5th, 2025, a brand new unopened copy was listed at $2,044.40. There you have it. Another memorable top 10 full of some old gems that we never heard of and were happy to learn about. These titles were part of a video gaming era full of experimental projects and unique ideas, the likes of which were the stepping stones of gaming and helped give us the AAA titles we play today. Make sure to tell us how we did in the comment section, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Heresy Arcade content like this. Till next time, keep gaming and stay cool.